Every client's different. Every client has a different experience background in construction, and they may have built homes before, or they may have never built a home before.
Building your dream home is an exciting journey, but it doesn't come without its challenges. Let's take a look. Well, that's not big enough. Hi there, everyone. I'm Amber Gifford with the Gifford Group, and today we are at a live construction site. It's pretty amazing. This is Michael Pelletier. He is the president of Fairmont Custom Homes, and this is one of his projects.
Yes,
Thanks for letting us come and just barge in.
Sure.
So if you hear background noises, like I said, they're here working and we can't stop them too long. We're just going to ask a couple questions. We know that everybody out there, they like to have a custom home. They don't know what it entails. They're asking questions. So we wanted to have you on to kind of answer some of those questions, give an overview, and just highlight your craftsmanship and just the amazing work that you do.
Sure.
So start off just real quick. Tell us about how you got into the business.
In a high school home building class, and
cool.
I just got on a bus with 12 guys and went to a job site and started working with our hands, doing sheetrock, electrical work, learned about
kind of like wood shop class.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids, take note.
So, and it was great. I loved it. I fell in love with the business right then and there. So went into a remodeling company right after that. My first job, riding his 10-speed bike with my tool belt to the job site.
No way.
And started working on a framing crew. And so
like legit you were doing
I was pounding that. Then went to college, decided I should probably get a degree. So I went to college, got the degree, and then moved to Houston and got a
big city
job with a production builder, and enjoyed that. Just loved working in the industry and building homes.
How long have you been building like your own custom homes?
So I started this company in 2005.
Okay.
After working for other builders, I saw a need from buyers that wanted to have a better communication from their builder. Yeah. I just saw a constant breakdown in the communication from the buyer getting information through salesperson, through superintendent, through, all the way. They seemed very frustrated. And I said, if I could do a really good job at communicating with the buyers, keeping them informed about what's going on, how the process is going to be, how we build this home, and doing that very well, I had a feeling that it would be a successful business model.
I mean, isn't communication key in everything anyway?
Everything.
And I think if you're an agent watching this, you're going to know that's probably one of the pitfalls that we run into too. Same. When we go to a builder, we're like, what's going on? We don't know.
Right.
So awesome. I love that about you. Great communication, guys. We want that.
Yeah.
I guess, what is one of your favorite things about building custom homes?
It's got to be the relationship.
They're working here, y'all.
That we develop with our buyers, and not only our buyers, but our vendors. Some of these vendors I've known for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
I've helped them grow their businesses, helped them improve their businesses. So it's relationships for sure. I mean, I enjoy that. Being outside for sure.
Yeah, relationships. I think that's me too.
Getting out of the office. So.
Yeah. Do you build on your lot, your custom home? This is custom, y'all. This isn't going to your little cookie cutter. So where primarily are you working?
We mainly work in Fulshear, Texas, also Richmond. On occasion, we'll do some in Memorial, west side of Memorial.
Awesome.
It's really design build. So people that own land and need help with a design, construction, general contractor, that's how we help them.
So if I brought you somebody that's outside of Austin in the Hill Country, and he was like, I want you to build me a home, would you go for it?
Today we're so busy, we would not be able to do that.
So busy, guys. That's amazing.
We're fortunate enough that our phone is ringing. We're busy in the area, so we don't have to go to other areas of Houston.
Awesome. Just wait till you see his work. It's stunning. I love it. All right, so Fulshear, a little bit of Memorial, Richmond. I'm sure people who are watching, if you're looking at Fulshear, it's one of the fastest growing cities that we have out here. Lots of land, still plenty of room to build. You want this guy for sure. Okay, so this is the part that's most interesting to me. The clients input, how much do they have on the actual design? Because I know they come to you first and like, oh, I want this, 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 and this. So Tell me how you do that.
Well, I think every client's different. Every client has a different experience background in construction, and they may have built homes before, or they may have never built a home before. So every client, some want our advice, want our direction, need our guidance, and others are like, we know what we didn't like last time. We want to make sure we do it different this time. And we just are very good at listening and providing that service based on what they're looking for. But it's all of the above. I mean, we're there and we guide them through it. I ask a lot of questions. We spend months, sometimes a year, designing a home.
Questions. Yeah, on the paper.
On paper with architects. We have multiple architects that we work with. I think that's one question that a lot of people don't realize is that's the first big decision if you own land, is who's going to do the blueprints, who's going to design. There's everything from an AutoCAD person who really just puts boxes on paper, really doesn't add a lot of creativity or unique designs, but with my involvement, I can help bring that up to a level that brings it to a custom home. Or there's licensed architects that you can hire that really, I just kind of step back and let them do their work.
And then they bring you the blueprint, and then you're...
And then we usually do a weekly, monthly Zoom call, and we're designing the home, checking the room sizes, making sure furniture fits, traffic flow,
so you're gonna laugh
functionality.
At me.
Yeah.
My sister built a house, a big custom home in Austin, and they poured the slab, and we went to go take a look. I'm like, this is it? Like, why is it not bigger? This is a 5,000 square foot house. And they're like, no, I promise. I asked the same question. I'm like, are you sure? I think they did something wrong because I didn't know it was so small.
Yeah.
But you don't realize that you're building these walls and going up.
Yes.
So,
yep.
All right, awesome. So it sounds like the client has all the input, and you're guiding and massaging which direction they should go, or maybe they have a vision and a photo and they're like, I want this.
Yeah, their inspiration is speaks volumes to us.
Yeah.
They show us what they're wanting to create. Our job is to get inside that vision that they have and understand that the best we can.
Yeah, I love that. That's exactly what it is when you're taking someone to buy a house or helping them like sell their home. How do you want this process to go? It's the exact same.
Yeah.
So I love that. And you get to be creative and design things and make suggestions. Love it. I have a cool question. How do you stay up to date on the latest trends in technology? I mean, do you have people that are like, oh, I want this high tech?
We have a lot of great people that work for us. A lot of we have a low voltage guy who does all of our technology, internet, security cameras, sound systems. They're up, and I refer to them. They're the experts. That technology changes so often that it's really hard to keep up with that.
So they do it.
I have the right people to do that.
I mean, are most of your houses to you, they're tech friendly? I mean, for the most part, like they're putting iPads in to control everything.
Yeah, like this house will be a Starlink, which means they have, remote wireless.
It's not this anymore. Lights off.
Right. So we have lighting control, all kinds of that.
Oh, that's super nice. I certainly don't want to get up at night when I'm cozy in bed and it's cold.
Right.
Okay, so are any limitations on building products at all? None. Just got to have the money
other
to pay
than
for
a
it.
budget.
Yeah, but dang that budget. We want to make it good.
I'll try to talk a little bit about budget, because I think that is probably one of the biggest, I wouldn't say challenges, or people always start, what I find is they come starting this process, but if they don't share with the builder where they're trying to land this thing, it can be really difficult, to understand. And you go through the whole design process, and if it doesn't land in the right ballpark, then you may have wasted a lot of time. I find that a lot of clients are hesitant to share. Some are hesitant to share because they feel like if they share that number, then I'm going to shortchange them or, overcharge or what have you. And it's just not the case. We're very transparent with everything. We show them our budget. We show them how we've arrived at this number. And that the way we can work together to try and bring it down if they want, or add things if they want. It's up to them.
Take off that brass clawfoot tub. You added an extra 20. That's awesome. That is very important in budget when you're building a custom home, unlike when you go to a builder, and probably cumbersome at the same time.
It's a lot of details. Yes. We do a very good job of, as I said, building it on paper. So
Mhm.
part of that is after the blueprint's done, we prepare specifications
Oh,
that
nice.
dive into things like doorknobs,
Door stoppers. You need
baseboards,
this.
and
Oh,
windows, and
baseboards are my favorite.
what all that's going to look like. So,
Nice. I love it. And I'm sure along the way you're showing pictures of what it is they're saying and then the cost breakdown. Like, hey, you're a little heavy over here. If you want to save some, go here.
Yes.
Awesome. What factors? I mean, I know we had a shortage in wood a while back. What are factors that influence the cost of building for you?
I think, the size of the porches, the garages, in our world where we're building on acreage communities, there is a lot of extra covered space.
True.
And so I think that adds, people don't realize a big front porch on the front of a house is going to add cost to that price per square foot if you're looking at it that way.
Well, I guess too, think about it this way. When you go to have, say you have a house that doesn't have a covered back patio and you want to go add it and extend it out near your pool, it's like 30, 40 grand. So it's gorgeous. I love outdoor space. If you're in Texas, you need outdoor space. At the beginning takes a long time. You're trying to do the design. Like, I think one time we spoke because I had a particular client and you're like, please tell them to get with me now because it could be a year before we actually break any sort of ground.
Every client's different. Yes. Some people know what they want, have maybe a floor plan they've seen or a model they've walked through, and they try to recreate something like that from scratch. So yeah, that process, because not only are you designing the blueprint, but we have to prepare the specifications, which gets into all the details, things like appliances, flooring, cabinetry, fixtures. And so all those things take time. We might visit some vendors before we prepare the budget, to make sure all of this lines up. But yeah, that front end, designing it on paper takes time. So
let's pretend like we have everything designed on paper and we're breaking ground and it's a 6,000 square foot home with 2 porches. Like, give me a rough estimate how long that's going to take.
We're about 12 months.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, from the time you start construction to the handing over the keys.
And then however long it takes in the beginning to decide what they want and do the specs and all of that.
One of the things we do really well is we deliver a completed home. I can confidently tell you that. I mean, that's, I think, very unique in what we do. In a custom home like this, of this size, they're going to move in. When they move in this house, it will be 100% complete with maybe a handful of items that they understand and we agreed to is what needs to be completed on the home.
Right.
That is hard to do on a home this size with this much detail.
Is what makes you different from other builders. I think I already know. One is your communication. You're very transparent.
Yes.
And that you build this complete home at the end where there's not like tons of blue tape you have to go through and fix a bunch of things.
Anything
Anything else you want to add? I'm sure there's
Well,
other things.
we have our own sense of pride. This is our home. It's a Fairmont home. We take it as much or maybe more pride in what we deliver to our clients. And so we want it to be finished. We want to present a completed home at that final walkthrough. Make sure that, we feel good about what we're delivering and what this customer is moving into. It's why people pay us what they do to build these homes.
Yeah. Integrity. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, last question.
Yes.
What advice do you have to clients that are out there looking to build a custom home?
I think having a budget goal in mind is really important, and being willing to share that with your builder, letting them know that, hey, this is where you're trying to land this project, and this is you want to land somewhere between here and this price point. Help us figure that out, because I have many different ways to build a home.
I like that it's not like definitive, give me this number, give me a window, so they don't feel like they're being, like you said, like, hey, I'm going to be coming up to that top number over there. And if it's a window,
it is the most common question I get. They say, how much is that home on your website?
Oh, I bet.
Or how much is it to build? Here's my blueprint. Here's this. But they haven't shared so much information. And so I want to be very truthful, very honest, and very upfront about what that's really going to cost.
Yeah.
And I want them to understand, because once we start this process, we don't want to have to worry about, hey, this wasn't in our budget and that kind of thing. And that can be a very uncomfortable situation.
Oh, I know.
So we work really hard at making sure we're on the same page. Everybody understands what the budget numbers are, what it's going to cost to build. And so I think that's important to share that.
So have you ever had husband and wife partners, whatever, that go to build this home and they have a budget in mind, but the wife just keeps going this way, this way. Oh, I went this one. And then you have to like tone everybody down.
Oh, yeah. That's very common.
Is it usually the wife or the husband?
Very common. And that's why we have to bring both of them together and make sure they both understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, if the wife says, hey, I want to tear all this tile off this wall and redo it, you say, okay,
but
I understand. We've got to get some pricing. We've got to get a cost to remove it and then cost to put new tile and make sure everyone approves this before we start the work.
And it delays. Well, Michael, thank you so much for spending time. I hope that we told the viewers a little snippet about Fairmont Custom Homes here in Fulshire and Richmond, even Memorial if you're interested. And I really appreciate everything. We're going to take a little tour around, show some of your good work. And you guys, Fairmont Custom Homes, this is your guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Typically, the foam insulation is in a 2x4 wall. You get a R13 value on your foam insulation. Well, this is a 2x6 wall, and we're filling the entire cavity 5.5 inches. You're getting all the way up to an R20, maybe even more on the R value of this exterior wall, which really helps keep all the heat out during the summertime.
Utility room.
Well, that's not big enough. Oh,
double washer
love
and
it.
dryers.
Yeah. Utility
Garage, so you'll be able to pull an RV in. And we've got a second 2-car garage. Customer, we had so much height in the ceiling that he decided to add this loft in this 2-car garage. So now he's got all this extra space up above on this loft area for more storage.
This is in addition to the normal garage and house.
Yeah.
This is a separate whole building.
One of the newest things we do a lot of is we do so many Casitas,
I love
mother-in-law suite, just secondary build. This,
you want your mom in the house, but not in the house? This is where you need to be.
and then this is going to be an exercise room with rubber flooring,
And mirrors.
all the exercise equipment, big. All these are going to be the TVs.
Yes,
So
nice.
this is going to be like
A gym.
a gym.
Yeah.
On the other side of that wall.
Come stay, but don't be in the house.
Yeah,
I love that part.
This is a casita.
Casita.
And this is a casita for your guests, a guest room. So you're going to have a little living space here. This is going to be a little kitchen area. So you're going to have a little range, sink,
nice.
refrigerator,
Pocket door.
washer and dryer,
Wow, it has everything you need
a
right
shower, and then this is a bedroom and a closet.
This is
All of this in a
awesome.
detached space. So